lovely colouring friends, my name's Amanda and this is my channel Amanda Colours. I hope that you are all doing very well today. Please excuse my snuffly sounding voice. I have been having trouble with my allergies lately, but such is life. So today I am here with a video that I'm hoping will be interesting for you. I am going to be using water-based markers, but not using them just as markers, using them in a similar way to how you might use watercolour paints. It's something that I've been doing a little bit lately and I've really been enjoying the results. But before I get into that, I do have my little fun fact for today. And this is something that I just learnt recently, and that is that butterflies will drink the tears of animals as a source of sodium. So you may see butterflies fluttering around the face of your dog or another animal and think, oh, that's so sweet. And it is, but they're actually trying to get to the tears as a source of sodium. So that's quite interesting, I think. So there you go. Don't forget that you can find me elsewhere on social media, on Pinterest and Instagram, and I have a Facebook group with Megan from Disney Meg's Colouring. It's called Colour With Us, and the link for all of my social media accounts is in the description below. We'd love to have you as part of the group. And I also have a website where you can find a whole bunch of free colouring pages and some other fun resources for people who love to colour. So that all aside, let's get into the video. So I cannot remember where I saw this being done, but some beautiful person on YouTube was using water-based markers as in the same way that you would use watercolor paints. So basically all you need is your water-based markers, some sort of non-porous surface. So you could use glass. I have a glazed ceramic palette here. You could use a glazed plate. You could use smooth plastic, anything like that. Some water, some paintbrushes, some tissue, what's this called? Paper towel, and whatever book you want to colour in. So the page I'm going to colour is this one here, and I'm going to use this technique just for the background. So to me, these look like little lights, so I want the background to be dark as though it is nighttime. So how can we arrange all of this? Maybe up here. So I've chosen a few blue, water-based markers. I have my Tombow 493. I have a dark blue Anko from Kmart marker, and I have two Bic markers. One is 209 and the other, oh, they both say 209. Okay, so they're not numbered. There's just a dark, sort of a mid blue and a lighter blue. So it's such a simple process. All you need to do is, I'm going to try this darkest one first. I haven't actually tried the Anko markers with this technique, but I can't see why they wouldn't work. I want this wet still. Okay, so you need to start with a dry surface. And basically you just, it's still not dry, but you just draw onto the smooth surface that you have. And then you get a brush, you wet your brush, and you don't want to use too much water. So you kind of just want to get it wet enough to move around a bit like a paint. I think I need a little bit more. And then I think I need a bit more still. I'm not sure it's going to work with this marker, but let's see. And then you might want to protect the page behind from any water. And then you just brush it on. But as I said, I'm not sure that one's really working. So I'm going to try my Tombow because I know it works with the Tombows. You can see how much, sorry for the squeaking, but you can see how much better the colour's even coming out on the palette. Makes a bit of a squeak. This isn't going to be as dark as I want, but I'll see what I can do with it. So let's go in. It is actually darker than the other one, so there you go. So you can just paint it on. It actually goes on very smoothly on these Lulu Mayo books, which I like. Oops. I'm not always the neatest person, but I'm going to go back over this with pencils on the details anyway, so it will be okay. But the part that I really like to do is where it sort of starts to fade. I really like doing colour fades from a colour into white. I do it quite a bit on my pages in the backgrounds. So I'll just try and get down to that spot and we can start working on a fade. However, there's not going to be much room for a fade really because there's lights down here. But I think I'll do it anyway, even if it doesn't make complete logical sense. So I tend to try and bring the colour down, not refresh my brush too much, as in don't put too much, don't put more colour on. You can even wipe some off, get some water, and you can't see what I'm doing. So I wiped the paint, wiped most of the colour off the brush. Now I have some water and I'm just using the water to bring the colour down, taking more colour off the brush, getting some more just clear water and fading it out. And you can see, if I zoom you in, you can see that the paper is peeling a bit, but once it dries, I haven't really found it to be too much of a problem. So I know some people really don't like the paper doing that, but I don't know. I don't seem to have as much of an issue with paper as some other people do. I seem to be able to make water mediums work on most papers, even really thin papers. So I don't know if I'm doing anything differently or what it is, but it doesn't seem to bother me. So I've started at the top there and I've come all the way down and not added any more colour. I'm going to wipe some colour off, get some fresh water and pull that colour down a bit. Now, because these are water-based, they will reactivate with water or any liquid. So if you are wanting to go back and this isn't the best example, but for example, say I had done this color with the pens. If I wanted to go back and pull the color out more, but it had already dried, all you need to do is reactivate it with water, and it will, and you'll be able to rework it, which is pretty cool. I don't know why I just dipped in water then, because that's not what I need. But as you can see, this is not dark enough for a night sky. But I don't have any darker markers, so I'm not sure. I may have to just do a few layers if I can. However, this is the pot we've been using, and it has water in it. You either need, if you want to add more pigment, you either need to wipe that out and redo it, or I just go to, oh, that's already got water in it too. Add the pigment. I haven't done very well with wiping this, have I? Add the pigment in another pot and add water. And let's see, yeah, we can layer it up a little bit. My suggestion would be to probably let it dry a bit longer before adding too many layers, because once the paper gets really wet, it will start to pill. And I'm trying to leave some space around these little lights to be able to add in the illusion that they're giving off a glow. I'm not the best at doing that technique, but I will work something out. So yeah, and you can actually mix colors as well. I've done that with a few books. So that actually gives it a bit of a grayer. That's interesting. That might actually work better. So let's put some of this color in here. Get some water in there. Mix them up a little bit. Yeah, gives a bit of a different color. So you can always do this and then put pencils over the top to add in more detail. And then, you know, this just forms a good base layer. Whatever you like to do, really. But I just thought I would show you because it is such a simple technique, and I just have really, like, this fade just works really well, to me anyway. Because as I said, I really like using a fade, but I don't always manage to get it looking very good with all mediums. So this one works for me. And I thought you might be interested in seeing how I do it. And I keep forgetting that you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Now I'm just bringing this down with some water. And to me, that gives a really lovely fade. So that's it really from me today. If you want to see this page finished, it will actually be in the Facebook group, or you will be able to see it at the end of the month in my completed pages video. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comment section below. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'm working on reaching my next goal. I'm coming up to my 1 year anniversary in a few weeks, and I'd really love to get to 1,500 subscribers. So that would be amazing. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.